He traveled a lot of miles, and he wanted to get off the road. They call me Grusha. I was a Russian circus bear. I'm on my way back to Siberia. Yes, I am. I'm gonna pedal there. They taught me how to dance and ride. 3 shows every night. They turned their backs, and off I rode on my trusty circus bike. I sat up straight, went round and round, traded treats for their commands. I held on tight to the handlebars, used my feet like they were hands. I raced the pigs and the chimpanzees, but I know I'm not a man. Now for 30 miles I've pedaled straight, and they don't know where I am. They call me Grusha. I was a Russian circus bear. I'm on my way back to Siberia. Yes, I am. I'm gonna pedal there. Is it wrong to run away? Is this how a bear behaves? Ride through lanes of quiet neighborhoods in a silly gown and a silly hood. They make the clothes, they dress me up. I can't help how I look. Now they don't recognize me. Good. I'm gonna pedal right into the woods. They call me Grusha. I was a Russian circus bear. I'm on my way back to Siberia. Yes, I am. I'm gonna pedal there. Light beneath the big top canvas is all I've ever known. Trailers, cages, town to town. Sometimes he passed my forest home. And I'm not sure what I'll do now. It's a game of hide and seek. Maybe they'll just quit and go home too. And I'll spend the winter off my feet. Now I'm on a country path full of apple trees and farms. 2 horses see me kick their heels. How I could use a barn, but I can't stop the rest or drink. I gotta pedal till I'm gone. I do not know how close I am, but I smell the trees. It won't be long. They call me Grusha. I was a Russian circus bear. I'm on my way back to Siberia. Yes, I am. I'm gonna pedal there. The sky appears so much bluer than I remember as a cub. I sit down by a berry bush, not a hint of circus grub. Forest air runs through my fur like grass, my brown face against the sun. No finish line, just forest pines. The only bicycle race I ever won.
This is so delightful, because I had really not heard the music of either of these guys, And I made a point, like, not to Google you, because that's what everybody does now. And it's like I feel like we've lost the sense of delight and surprise by just showing up and seeing what happens.
If I would have Googled you, I would have known your last name better.
Yeah, that's right. So just, you know, it's just kind of, it's just, I was talking with my friend I'm staying with about, when it was first starting on the road, we didn't have cell phones, and we talked about how wonderful that was. We didn't have GPS. Somehow we got where we needed to go. And instead of feeling bereft and lonely, it was spacious. It was spacious to be alone. The solitude was a wonderful place to be. And you know, I would be somewhere and I'd think, I could die right now and nobody would know where I am. And there was something very liberating about that. You know, we don't have that anymore. Someone always knows where I am, you know? So, over the years I started putting things together, like putting poems before songs and in the middle of songs, and kind of weaving things together that made sense to me and that deepened the journey of a musical piece. And this is one of those. A friend of mine wrote a little tale about a wizard years ago, a winter tale about winter solstice and a troubled wizard. But there was a chant in it that went with the Druids, like a Druidic chant. The whole idea being about the winter solstice is that we get through the dark and we push back toward the light, and that's the cycle. And then around the same time, I wanted to remember those words, and the best way to remember words is to put a melody to them. So that's where this happened. And then on the eve of the 50th anniversary of the March from Selma, I happened to hear an old Fresh Air interview that Terry Gross was doing with John Lewis. He was still alive at this time, but this was an old interview. And he talked about being back at Selma that day. He was a lad of 22 and got his head beat in by a state trooper, and how he was still walking, you know? He was still, even at this time in his 80s, I think, or late 70s, he was leading the sit-in for gun control, you know? He spent his whole life walking the walk. And I was so moved to hear him tell that story, that this song was like a receivement. I just opened wide up and the song kind of fell in. So I'm gonna do the little chant because in a way it seems now like we're in a dark place and we're trying to push toward the light. It's a great metaphor for this time. So first the chant, I'll sing it and have you sing it with me, and then the song, Still on the Bridge. The idea being that we just have to, I mean, what came to me when he was talking is that we're all still, those marchers started to walk that day, but it's up to us to finish it. And together, you know, he talked about those state troopers being a sea of blue waiting across the bridge, and it's going to take us together to turn that resistance around so that we're all walking toward justice and human rights and dignity for every human being. We